So Naruto and Sasuke are facing off against Kaguya in Mount Doom. If they had the ring, they would be throwing that shit in there and Gollum would be screaming in the corner. And it also made me think of how Sasuke can just summon a hawk out of nowhere. Man, he would have been useful in the Lord of the Rings universe. They would have got that shit done in like one day and been back for the fireworks.
The best thing about it is there's no bullshit excuse either like Gandalf has. Oh, the eagles can't go this far, blah, 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 blah. Sasuke can just boom, Kucho say that shit. End of the story, and that would be awesome. This week's chapter of Naruto was pretty cool. It was the final battle, maybe it's the final battle against Kaguya Otsutsuki, the primordial chakra demon bitch. And she's really powerful.
Yeah, and what I also really like is they actually give you her motivation. Before, she's just like some super evil, powerful person, and she had kind of an evil character design. But she's like, I'm going to make all the chakra blend together and become one. But what that really means is I'm going to take it all for myself. So now that Naruto and Sasuke are like in this battle, Sasuke's on the hawk and he has Naruto on there and he just breaks it down for Naruto. He's like, look, man, like we are fighting for the existence of the world. You cannot just run off and save your friends. And Naruto, just like the Reginator, says, my body is ready, and sometimes it will just do what it needs to do.
So the interesting thing about this final battle, other than the actual setting of it, is it picks up from last week where everybody's about to fall in the lava, and everybody has their own interesting way of escaping this. We've already mentioned that Sasuke has the Falcon, and he saves Naruto. You have Kakashi and Sakura, who are literally hanging on a thread by a frickin' scroll, which this thing's got to be made out of some damn steel or something, because it is holding on for dear life. And then, of course, you have Obito, who was saved by Kakashi. He threw a kunai right through his hand. He is now 1/4 Jesus.
It's a great joke.
I can't do that. That's too much. That seems sacrilegious, too.
So Kaguya is obviously a super badass villain. Besides being ridiculously powerful, being able to fly and everything else, she has the Byakugan eyes. And that is something that we've always had, like, kind of not really been useful since the beginning of the series, but she like can see all the vital points, and she has like the spiky hair that can shoot out all these needles, and it immediately reminded me of Jiraiya's move that he used like against Pain and stuff. That's
exactly,
like,
we finally know where like Jiraiya got the inspiration from this move, and I actually love when Kaguya finally starts to attack. There's pretty much no warning. She's like, put down your weapons, you have no seconds to comply! And she's firing her needles all over the place, and this is when they actually transition to the outside, where you get to see that the chakra rods from Madara are disappearing from the Edo Tensei bodies, and thus they are free. What are they going to do? I have no idea. But they do mention that they know where all the big chakra is coming from, and they seem to be racing towards that direction. We were talking before the review that maybe they should be trying to save the people who are attached to the tree. Maybe it's impossible. Maybe if you actually take them out, there's no way to bring them back at this point, unless the actual Shinju is actually destroyed completely. But that's all just speculation.
I think they're more interested in the chakra source in and of itself, but I also see the Kages maybe becoming pseudo-babysitters for all the people out there, because they couldn't really do much against Kaguya right now.
So what might be the biggest surprise this week is that Naruto actually has a brand new power, and believe it or not, it doesn't involve Kurama, and it doesn't involve Rasengans. Naruto can fly. I don't know how this is possible. Maybe those weird black chakra balls are like little balloons that help him float up in the air. All I know is this is awesome. He's now on the same level as Madara Uchiha. Kakashi even mentions this. He fails to mention Inoki because they just don't want to include him anymore. I don't know what they have against short people. But whatever, it's awesome. I just wish Naruto would go a little crazier with his flying abilities and, like, you know, do like a freaking barrel roll and accidentally, like, throw everybody into the lava. It would be really messed up, but I can just see his character doing something really crazy like this. But it's awesome because this all leads to a massive confrontation between Naruto and Kaguya, and they both have these moves where it looks like they're, like, continuously punching each other with these massive fists.
Yeah, they have, like, chakra fists that are, like, battling. And it actually looks like Naruto's about to do some damage, but of course Kaguya pushes him back. But that is bringing us to the final blow of the chapter, which is Sasuke and Susanoo that comes down and slices on Kaguya, and then boom, the chapter comes to a close. Let's get to the rundown on this chapter, Corey. Like, I've got to say, I was very happy with the action. I want to give this one like a 10 out of 10. I thought it had a purpose to every page. The Kages are now getting involved, you know, even though I think they may become babysitters. And the art style for like the final 2 pages was just great. And it makes me know why I'm a fan of Naruto when I read this chapter.
I like this chapter for a number of reasons. Like you mentioned, the artwork was really cool this week. All of the action scenes were very exciting. The actual setting of the battle is just fantastic. And I like how a lot of people had theories last week where they're trying to figure out like what she's doing here when she transported them to this volcanic area. Is she either creating a dimension like Kakashi, you know, was emphasizing, or is she literally making a genjutsu into reality because of her weird, crazy powers? And just her fighting again this week, she definitely seems to focus on her hair a lot. You know, last week we saw her grabbing Naruto and Sasuke.
Like wraps you
this
up.
week she uses the Needler from Halo and is destroying everybody. And it's awesome. I really dig that. Naruto flying. That's a really big deal in some senses. Because it's
D-level
exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
That's exactly what we were saying before we started the review. The fact that Naruto can now fly and basically destroy landscapes officially makes him a Dragon Ball Z character at this point. He can go toe-to-toe with everybody in Dragon Ball. I'd love to see you guys try and contest that. But still, I think that's awesome. Other things that were great this week is Kaguya actually has a little more motivation this week in a sense that she wants to take all of the chakra back and blend it all into one. And this makes sense because she's like the source of all chakra. She kind of like feels like maybe she was the only one who was meant for this power because she was the first one to take it in and never give it to anyone else. But by having children, she sort of created this entire like massive crazy event. But it's nuts because it's kind of different from Madara's overall plan, which was, you know, infinite Tsukiyomi, that's it, and it sort of goes in line with it. But she wants to make it so that she is the only ninja in existence. And I think that's pretty cool, but we still need to know why. Why does she feel this way?
And there's a lot to her backstory. Like, first of all, obviously, I feel like her children went against her at some point. Or did she just die of old age? Because that doesn't seem to make sense to me. I feel like there was something where her children went against her, and then there's going to be a huge flashback arc coming up.
In fact, there was this one scene this week in the manga chapter where Kaguya was looking at Naruto when he was flying for the first time, and she was reminded of her son, Hagoromo, and she looked a little pissed off about that. So she clearly has some sort of grudge against her sons, which, like you said, they probably had like a coup d'etat against her because she was just getting so powerful, and, you know, she was so
wiping
ruthless.
everyone out.
Exactly.
And the other thing is the white Zetsu, everyone turning into white Zetsus. I'm confused by that. Maybe that makes everyone more obedient, you know, because they'll obviously be following her will. But at the same time, if everyone gets turned into a white Zetsu, what's the point of having an army that big? Who are they going to fight?
Here's the point.
Yes. Tell me the point.
Kaguya Otsutsuki is actually the original life fiber.
Oh, yeah,
from Kill La Kill.
She is.
Naruto, here's the twist, guys. This is going to blow your mind. Here's the twist of Naruto. This is actually the beginning of the Kill La Kill universe. We're seeing it happen right now, and it's going to cross over with, like, every other anime. Kaguya is the beginning of the life fiber. She takes over the world. She uses her Zetsu army, which in turn become life fibers themselves, to travel across the galaxy with her white Zetsu army to take over the universe. And I'm actually going to go ahead and bring up one of our very good fans who always comments on our videos, Packers fan. You left a great comment saying that if you're ever reading these chapters with Kaguya there, put on that one song that Ragyo had when she was molesting Satsuki. And it'll make it like so much funnier. But still, I liked this chapter a lot. I didn't think it was absolutely perfect. I think there were some moments when they could have elaborated a little bit more on Kaguya and her backstory. I know they're going to get to that eventually. I'm just waiting for that big flashback arc to start, and it's a great way for Kishimoto to extend the series just a little bit longer. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 from me.
Yeah, so Corey's giving a 9 out of 10. I'm going 10 out of 10. I feel like that development's going to come in later chapters. I'm just happy we're getting to see Kaguya's powers and her abilities, and I was satisfied 100% with this chapter. So, you guys, thank you so much for watching our videos. If you could, give it a thumbs up. Always the best way to support our channel. Also, you can subscribe. We are on Facebook and Twitter. Those links are down below. And if you are so kind to donate directly to the channel, we have a PayPal link down below too. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, Super Kami Guru 9000 out. So Naruto.
That one's going in the end. Sorry.